our top focus at this hour comes from Nepal. The Sashastra Seema Bal SSB has now apprehended 67 inmates, including a woman named Anjala Khatun, while they were attempting to cross into India through various checkpoints along the India-Nepal border. And this is after fleeing jails in Nepal amidst the ongoing unrest in the Himalayan nation. Security has been tightened at all the checkpoints along the border, and now in view of this infiltration threats. This is the latest we're getting in from across India-Nepal border. Now, SSB has so far apprehended 67 individuals. Remember, these are inmates who fled from different prisons in Nepal. In fact, this also includes a woman named Anjala Khatun. So, all of these individuals, they were attempting to cross into India through various checkpoints along the India-Nepal border, and this is after they fled jails in the country. Remember, this comes amid the ongoing unrest in the Himalayan nation, which has forced the Prime Minister, President and the entire cabinet to step down. And today, in fact, we are going to see an oath-taking ceremony where an interim Prime Minister is going to take hold of the country. But amid that unrest, this is the infiltration we are now witnessing along the India-Nepal border. And now some more news from Nepal. Setting aside all the speculation, at 2 o'clock today, former Chief Justice of the country, Sushila Karki, will take oath of Interim Prime Minister of Nepal in President's residence. Now, for this, the old Raj Darbar in Narayanan city will be made Prime Minister's Secretariat and also Prime Minister's residence. Remember, earlier on Friday, a fake press release claiming that the young protesters who led the demonstration had switched their support to Kulman Ghising went online. But Hami Nepal, a group leading the movement, quickly debunked that statement and warned the public against false narratives that have been spreading on social media. Now, Sushila Karki's name came up as a contender in the Prime Minister race after all the protesters consulted the Secretary of the Supreme Court Bar Association. In fact, in a nearly 4-hour-long virtual meeting, Karki garnered more votes than Kathmandu Mayor Balin Shah, who was also being considered as a contender for the top office in Nepal. Now, when we talk about Sushila Karki, she was born on June 7th, 1952 in Moranga district's Biratnagar. Karki is the first female in Nepal to hold the post of the Chief Justice of the country, and she's somebody who's had a very strong stance against corruption. So clearly a very credible person who has now come up for this post to fill in the political void in Nepal. This is the latest we're getting in from Nepal. Sushila Karki is going, in fact, in a short while from now, she's going to take oath as the interim Prime Minister. So that political void that we were witnessing in the Himalayan country after the Prime Minister, President and the entire cabinet stepped down is now going to get filled. Today, we're going to see the oath ceremony taking place at the President's residence. And in fact, remember, this is the residence that was partially burnt before. And now we will also see the Raj Darbar in Rajnarayan city getting converted into Prime Minister's Secretariat and also Prime Minister's residence. This is the latest we're getting in on who is now going to be the interim Prime Minister in Nepal. Now, when we talk about Sushila Karki, she's somebody who's been advocating for zero tolerance for corruption in the country. She's even faced impeachment proceedings in the year 2017. And now she's come up as the contender in the Prime Minister's race and, of course, leaving everyone behind. She's now going to take oath in Nepal. She's also the former Chief Justice of Nepal and the only woman to hold that post in the country. She also defeated Balin Shah, who was also being considered for the top office, and even Kulman Ghising. So now, setting aside all the speculation about the names that were coming up today, she's going to take the oath at about 2 p.m. and she's going to become the interim Prime Minister of Nepal. Let me also give you details about this woman. In fact, she was born on June 7th, 1952 in Moranga district's Biratnagar. Now, Karki is the first female to hold the post of Nepal's Chief Justice and somebody who's been advocating for zero tolerance against corruption. Now, viewers, remember the whole protest that was led by Gen Z in Nepal was also against corruption, the deep-seated corruption that had plagued Nepal's polity. And now this woman, who is somebody taking a very strong stance against corruption, has come up to lead the country at a time of unrest. In fact, in a short while from now, we're going to see an oath-taking ceremony that's going to take place at the president's residence. In fact, for this very occasion, the old Raj Darbar in Narayanan city has been converted to Prime Minister's Secretariat and also Prime Minister's residence. Remember, this development comes after a fake press release claiming that the young demonstrators had switched their support to Kulman Gising went viral online. But Hami Nepal, which is a group leading the movement in the country, quickly debunked that statement and warned the public to not truly trust any misinformation and the false narratives that have been doing rounds. And now Sushila Karki's name came up as a contender in the Prime Minister race after protesters consulted the Secretary of the Supreme Court Bar Association. In fact, it wasn't just that this name came out of nowhere. It was after a nearly 4-hour-long discussion that there was a consensus that built up around her name. In fact, my colleague Vipin Chaubey, who continues to present in Kathmandu, has now sent us a ground report from Ground Zero, showing us what's the development taking place in Kathmandu with regards to the oath-taking ceremony of Sushila Karki. Let's take a look.
नेपाल के अंतरिम प्रधानमंत्री के नाम पर जो संशय था वो खत्म हो चुका है। सुशीला कार्की के नाम पर लगभग मुहर लग चुकी है और आज 2 बजे उनके शपथ लेने की संभावना है। ऐसे में सबसे बड़ा सवाल ये कि जब राष्ट्रपति भवन जला दिया गया हो, संसद जला दिया गया हो, प्रधानमंत्री का आवास जला दिया गया हो, तो सुशीला कार्की प्रधानमंत्री की शपथ लेने के बाद कहां पर रहेंगी, कहां से उनका सचिवालय काम करेगा और कैसे प्रधानमंत्री कार्यालय काम करेगा। इसके लिए वैकल्पिक व्यवस्था के तौर पर जो नेपाल के काठमांडू में जो यहाँ के राजा थे, जहां पर उनका ये राजमहल हुआ करता था और इसी राजमहल में वो हत्याकांड हुआ था जब राजा के पूरे परिवार को गोली मारकर हत्या कर दी गई थी, जिसको बाद में एक म्यूजियम के तौर पर यहां पर कन्वर्ट कर दिया गया था। नारायण हिटी दरबार संग्रहालय इसको कहा जाता था। राजा का परिवार दशकों से इसी महल में रहा करता था और उस हत्याकांड के बाद इस महल को म्यूजियम बना दिया गया था। लेकिन प्रपोजल ये रखा गया है कि सुशीला कार्की के शपथ लेने के बाद उनको इसी महल में, क्योंकि बीती रात यहां पर साफ सफाई का काम किया गया है और बताया ये जा रहा है कि सुशीला कार्की अंतरिम प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में शपथ लेने के बाद राजा के इसी महल में शिफ्ट हो जाएंगी। उनका सचिवालय, उनका कार्यालय, सब कुछ यहां बनाने का प्रस्ताव दिया गया है। संभावना ये है कि शपथ लेने के बाद वो सीधा यहां पर आएंगी और यहां से वो अपने ऑफिस का वर्क शुरू कर देंगी, क्योंकि यहां जितने ऑफिस थे, जितने रेजिडेंस थे, सबको गवर्नमेंट रेजिडेंस और गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसेस को जला दिया गया है। ऐसे में प्रधानमंत्री के रहने के लिए, राष्ट्रपति के रहने के लिए कहीं भी कोई जगह नहीं बची हुई है। एक नई वैकल्पिक व्यवस्था के तौर पर सुशीला कार्की को ये राजमहल ऑफर किया गया है, जहां पर वो रह सकती हैं और यहीं से अपने ऑफिस को सुचारू रूप से चला सकती हैं। और ये बताया जा रहा है कि बाकी चीजों पे अभी संशय के बादल बढ़ा रहे हैं। सिर्फ अंतरिम प्रधानमंत्री के नाम पर मुहर लगाई गई है। बाकी जगहों की अगर बात करें, खासकर संसद को भंग करना, दोबारा चुनाव करना, उसको लेकर फैसला बाद में लिया जाएगा। फिलहाल अंतरिम प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में उनको शपथ लेना है और शपथ लेने के बाद संभावना ये जताई गई है कि उनको इसी राजमहल में शिफ्ट किया जाएगा।
And viewers, while all eyes will be on Sushila Karki, who will take oath as the interim Prime Minister of Nepal, here's an anecdote from her past. Now, while Nepal's Gen Z claim corruption as the biggest reason for a regime change in the country and have backed the former Chief Justice, who's now seen as an anti-corruption crusader, it is interesting to know that Sushila Karki's life too has its share of controversies. Married to Durga Prasad Subedi, Karki's husband was actually involved in Nepal's first plane hijacking. Interestingly, yesterday a Bollywood actor Mala Sinha was also on board the same flight. And now, going by media reports, this incident dates back to June 10, 1973. This is when a Royal Nepal Airlines aircraft was hijacked en route from Biratnagar to Kathmandu. And this was for rupees 30 lakh that was being ferried from banks in Biratnagar. Now, the mastermind of this hijacking was former Prime Minister Girja Prasad Koirala, who wanted to use the money for armed struggle against the monarchy. And Subedi here, who was one of the Koirala's close aides, had just been released from jail at that point of time. And the hijacked plane, in fact, was forced to land in Bihar. And the money was then later transported to Darjeeling by car. So Subedi and others involved were later arrested in Mumbai and jailed for 2 years. Remember, they were released during the emergency in India in 1975. So, clearly a very interesting anecdote that has now come from the past regarding the Sushila Karki's husband, who is now going to be the interim Prime Minister of Nepal.